Hi, sir.
Come please. How are you?
We're so delighted to be here. Are you ready for your 25 questions?
Yeah, sure.
So, we're here with you in your office, and I can see a lot of mementos and trophies. Which is your favorite one?
Yeah, there's one over there which is been obtained from the IPL, but there's also one over this side which is from Jaipur, Manipal University. So this is something I like, which was gifted to me. And of course, the one on top you can see is the Education Heroes 123. There's one at the corner there, which is Manipal University, Jaipur. This was gifted to me by the president in 21 when I visited them.
Oh, wow.
I liked it because the way it has been created is really amazing. Folds like a book.
Would you like to take a walk with us?
Yeah, sure.
If you could create a new college tradition, what would it be?
I would like to have a big, strong cheering team. I would like all the students to gather together, and whenever their teams are playing in the field, I would like to have them waving the flags, making big noise, cheering their players in all these sports events. I don't see that happening, but maybe if there is one tradition I'd like to start, that will be.
If you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be?
My younger self. Very difficult question. I've never thought about it. Nothing, but I would say just carry on with the life the way I've done. No regrets. If I ever go back and have to start again, I will do the same things that I've done.
That's inspiring. So, what is your favorite subject in school?
In school? In school, it was all the science subject. I would say maths, physics, chemistry. Those were my favorites. It was easy for me to score marks here.
So, you've been spotted at Marina at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to at the gym?
I'm sorry, I don't listen to the music. Marina generally opens at 5:30, but I'm there. I generally get busy and get my workout quickly and then out from there.
What is the last movie that you watched that really stuck with you?
I'm not such an avid movie goer, but last movie that I watched was Tom Cruise's Top Gun. That was the second part. Yeah. The first part, of course, I still remember, but there were many good movies that I'd seen when I was very young. And if you ask me what one movie I got stuck with is maybe The Forced Ten from Navarro. That was an amazing movie, yes.
If you could teach one non-academic course, what would it be?
Leadership.
Describe Manipal in one word.
Peaceful.
What are some of your favorite things to do in Manipal?
Oh, there are many. If I have free time and if, say, Marina is closed, I would like to go for a run because the place is very green, very serene. A run from this place around MIT to endpoint would be amazing.
Chai or coffee?
Chai.
Cats or dogs?
None.
None? Okay. What's your favorite snack?
It used to be peanuts. Here it has become cashew.
Oh, a healthy one. Would you like to continue this interview sitting down?
Yeah.
We are here at AB1, MIT's oldest building. And since this building was made, a lot has changed. So, since you assumed your role, how has MIT evolved?
Yeah, so what we have done is one broad focus onto research in MIT. Earlier we were known for learning teaching, but research was also happening, but now we have certainly taken it to the next level.
Right.
Now we are rising exponentially in terms of publication, in terms of patent filing, in terms of taking consultancies, etc. etc. The second thing that we have done is we have moved to have more industry collaboration and centers inside MIT. These centers are being created with industry collaboration. So, for example, we are bringing in L&T for electric vehicle technology. We are bringing in CDAC for creating a center for quantum computing, and also taking the help to strengthen our cybersecurity program. We already have a center of excellence on cybersecurity with ISAC.
Yeah.
Similarly, cyber physical system is with a consortium of 11 industries, which includes National Instruments US. So that lab has also been set up in AB5. And we also tied up with Semiconductor Lab Chandigarh to bring in VLSI design technology to the campus. So we're setting up another facility. So likewise, we have done this for various other centers and departments.
Right.
We also have set up industry advisory committee in various streams and departments, where they meet regularly with the industry experts. So each IAC or the industry advisory committee has got about 8 to 9 members, and where they interact with the academicians here and the advisors on our program, curriculum, on new software that is coming up. This platform is also used by our researchers to show our capabilities to them and therefore take consultancy. That is working very nicely with us.
Right. So it's funny that you mentioned that, because my next question is about the state of engineering education in India. And a lot has been said around the subject, and it's mostly that it's too antiquated in the past. What is your take on it? Do you think there is room for improvement? And what is MIT doing to lead that change?
There is certainly room for improvement. So what is happening is, if you look at the education landscape, a lot is changing now. If you look at even the core engineering programs, you will see a lot of convergence of technology happening. So if you look at, say, civil engineering, for example, there is use of IoT technology in civil engineering. There is use of AI ML now in civil engineering. So it does not remain the core civil engineering as it was 2 decades ago.
Exactly.
So therefore, for us in the education institution, it is our duty to prepare our students for that change. And therefore, we are trying to bring in these centers here. For example, Intel Unnati Center has been created in mechanical engineering department. But this will prepare our students for AI ML to use it as a tool and to analyze the data that they get in their domain.
Right.
So this is what we are trying to do at the moment. And of course, the use of technology has also allowed us to go into the creative pedagogy scheme. So the pedagogy earlier, what we used to follow, needs to change now. It is changing very quickly, very fast. There's a lot of flexibility which is also built in our education, where you have a lot of minor specialization, electives coming in. We have also allowed the students to take courses from NPTEL or Coursera.
Right.
So that allows the students also to pick and choose what they want to do. Minor specialization are there from the Humanities Management Department, for example, preparing students in fields like entrepreneurship management, fintech.
Right.
So this is something which is not there.
So actually, I completely agree with you there, because from my experience, at least, relatives and such, most people who do engineering don't end up in engineering. They'll be engaged in many other things. So what you said about it being interdisciplinary, I do feel that it is necessary. And now just zooming back a bit to your days, the system back when you were studying in college, how far do you think we have come from then? And do you think there has been improvements or regressions since then?
No, improvements are already there, but I studied in a very different kind of a college. It was a Naval College of Engineering, so we had naval officers there. So that kind of training is entirely different. Plus, the one complaint that you generally listen from the industry experts is the students are not skilled enough. That is generally complaint not for our institute, but for many other colleges. So that is something which was not there in Naval College of Engineering, because you had this specific BTech training, after which you go for specialization.
Right.
So that specialization is the one which always prepared you for your life at sea. So there were no complaints there. But many other institutions have this kind of a problem. MIT, why I say it is different is because here we prepare students for many other roles also. So our focus is not only to place the students and forget about it once they get the job.
Right.
Our aim is to see what they become after they are placed 4-5 years or maybe later in the industry. Are they becoming the change leaders in the global world? Are they becoming the change leaders in the field in India? So that is something which we want to focus on. For that, we need to prepare the students today. So I'm very happy to see that through the clubs, through the project activities and various outdoor activities, also the academic activities, prepare our students to face that world. So we allow life skills to be learned by the students here. So whether it is leadership qualities, whether it is task management, whether it is fund management, so all sorts of things we prepare our students to take on, and that is certainly going to help them in the corporate world.
Definitely. And coming to the corporate world, Narayan Murthy had come into a bit of hot waters because he'd suggested that Indian youth should be working 70 hours a week. What is your take on that? Do you think that is feasible, or do you think a work-life balance is important?
Work-life balance is definitely important. Narayan Murthy was talking about a specific issue in a different context.
Right.
So that was, of course, taken out of the context and then blown up. But if you look at yourself, even in the institute, you will see most of the students work more than the number of hours that he was counting.
Yeah.
Because the students, when you say working, it doesn't mean only sitting in a classroom and sitting in your room and doing homework or assignments. It is also what you do outside the room, whether it is going and preparing yourself, working on a project, or working with some club for some club activity, organizing seminar, conferences. Then that is work.
Right.
Some part of that work you definitely love to do. For that, whatever number of hours you would like to put in, it's okay. I look back when I was a naval officer, there was no number of hours we could count. It was like 24/7, and we loved it.
Right.
Especially on board ships, your ship is sailing, your engineering systems are working round the clock, and you're working too.
Right. So, coming to your engineering background, I mean your Navy background, how do you think it has influenced your leadership style or your approach to the world? And
I think it has definitely helped me a lot. I was very young when, as an artificial apprentice, when I finished my training, I was sailing on one of the oldest class of ships called Kamorta. And I was in the IPKF. We reached Sri Lanka. Those 9 months I will never forget. But later on, when I became an officer and I served on different ships, the experience has always prepared me for this day, I would say. Because as a leader, it's not only about your professional competence which brings confidence in you, but it is also leading a large number of men under you. For this, you need to be honest, you need to be fair, and you need to be seen to be fair, and you need to be very, very transparent. In academic institution, what is also very important is because you're leading a team of academicians. These people are intellectuals.
right.
They are not soldiers. So you always give them a time to express their opinion, however good, bad it may be. So I allow all that, and I really enjoy it.
Right. So, like you'd mentioned about how approachable you are, I think I speak for everyone at MIT when I say that we do look up to you as a leader. Who are some of the leaders you look up to, and how do you think they have informed your leadership style?
So Field Marshal Ram Manekshaw, I think, was the top military leader in India. And one quality that I always liked, and I'm sure many of my countrymen like, is his straight talk. So he would never mince his words when he's talking something straight, and I do this. Sometimes I'm interacting with people I'm supposed to get help from, and they don't provide help in the right time, right moment. I really go back to them, and I would say I really push them a lot. And of course, but sometimes they do work and they provide us the necessary support. I always make a point to thank them.
So, sir, departing a bit from your naval experience, and maybe I might get into a bit of hot waters for asking this, but what is your take on the attendance policy right now? Because do you think it's still valid?
See, the good thing I like about MIT and Manipal is we have always stuck to the policy. Now policy, you can always have an opinion about the policy, whether it is good or bad.
Right.
But as long as it is there in written form, your duty is to follow. Now,
Right.
this is again borrowed from a military leader. This quality is very, very important. You can have your own opinion. What I can do is, I can take out a pen, write a letter to the people who matter. And I have done that. Because I feel, if you ask my personal opinion now, I feel that the attendance for the theory should go away.
Right.
And this has happened in many institutions, universities outside India. But they are very strict about the attendance on labs, practical, because that is where you're supposed to be physically present and conduct the practical. For theory, they have taken it out because there are lecture capture systems, there are LMS available where the student can in his own time learn, seek a query from his lecturer, and if he can pass the exam, he's through. So, but here in the present system, we have a policy through UGC and AICT which makes attendance compulsory. So once that is there in written form and they are not changing it, our duty is to follow it. So we can't have a system where it is written but we say, all right, I can ignore this. So that is something which MIT Manipal has never done.
What do you think MIT's strongest trait is?
Yeah, there are many. One is when I see the students as a community I want to talk about, I think the excitement that I see in their eyes to learn something different. So whatever be the event and activity, you just pull them in. Like for example, NSS, we have NCC,
Right.
we have many major projects where you see students lining up to ask for extension of perm time because they want to stay awake and work on their project. I see no reason why they should be begging for it. In fact, they should be given that on a plate. But that happens. They are always ready and they are always willing to work extra. And just to see that their institute or their team wins. I think that is the spirit I would like to see in every student. And it is here in MIT everywhere I see.
So you've mentioned research a couple of times now. Why do you think India as a country is lagging behind in research compared to other countries around the world?
So India was lagging behind. Now it's picking up very, very fast. If you see, go back 10 years from now and see maybe in 2014 where we were and where we are now, you will find there's a quantum jump that is happening. And now is the time where we are encouraging even our UG students and PG students for finding out what is happening, because every department is doing a lot of good work. So it's only the students are always curious, I'm sure. So I have already made up a plan to talk to all the 6th semester students. So we have a schedule now, and I'll be going into individual classrooms and talk to the students to encourage them and excite them about the research work. And it's going to benefit them a lot. Because once they are involved in research and once they have their name on the publication or paper in a journal, it is certainly going to add a lot of value to their resume. And when they seek to have their post-graduation somewhere outside, maybe in India or outside, is certainly going to help them. But apart from that, the new knowledge that they gain in their own field, what is the new advancement that are happening, that they will only come to know when they get involved in research.
Right. And how do you spark that interest in research? Because, I don't know, in my experience, it's been that the university degree is more job-centered, like placements. Everything is about placements. What's the highest package? Who's getting it? So how do you shift away from that and just learn for the sake of learning?
Yeah, so what I would like to tell all my students is, don't look at that package. Because that never works. Whatever money you go get, at the end of the month, you'll be at a place where you have nothing left. So don't look at that. Look at growth. That is more important. So I was interacting with the L&T engineers in Chennai, a very good office over there. And if you listen to the senior managers, they'll tell you the same thing. Because they are very proud of their civil engineers, the mechanical, the electrical engineers, though they have their computer engineers and various IT engineers also. But they'll tell you that the core engineering departments, the kind of growth that they see in 4, 5 years, 6 years is amazing, which is uncomparable. So don't go for those 5-digit packages and all that, but go for the growth. I think that is going to help you.
Right.
When you do these programs, when you create something different, when you create a product or you finish a big project, you have this amazing sense of accomplishment.
that you will never get through any other means. So therefore, look at that. Look at the growth.
Right. How do you see the future of MIT? Where do you think we are heading?
I think we are heading the right direction. There were certain gaps which can always keep coming when you're moving ahead. Education institutions in India are changing fast. There's good amount of competition in India. NRF ranking has become very, very important. But then it measures only some of the criteria, I would say. It doesn't measure everything. For example, education quality inside a classroom. Nobody measures that. MIT Manipal is known for academic quality. And that's the reason we have very good alumni who have done the country really proud.
Right.
So that was because of the quality. And going forward, I see MIT keeping that academic quality at the top level, at the same time improving the research performance and improving on the industry collaboration. That is certainly going to bring a lot of laurels to the institute.
So just to wrap things up, what's an organization that you heard about recently that you would recommend everyone to follow? Maybe it's an organization that does interesting content about Manipal.
So MTTN is the one I've recently heard about. I think the student must follow.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.